Hey, everybody.
Hey,
Look, I
y'all.
just picked any kind of music to throw in the background.
Hey, that's good. Hey, Donzel.
Who's that on here? Denzel, good evening, Denzel. Good evening,
Hello.
everybody. This is Rashida Monique. We're here with the Garden Girls Chat and Chew again. Y'all, we've been consistent. This is amazing.
It
And
is.
it's amazing that we
Hey,
could
Nana.
keep coming back. So thank y'all for coming in. Y'all can take this time to go ahead and share out, invite your people, send your links, whatever you want to do. If you want to go through the channels right now, go ahead and like each channel. You're able to do so. Well, we're only a minute in, so I don't know if there's a what they call it, a buffer before it shows, but
Yeah.
you're able to go do that. Um, it is great to be here. I'm Rashida Monique. I garden in Zone, Michigan Zone 6A. And when I say garden, I'm laughing because I have the garden of chaos. And so I garden in, in ground, raised beds and containers. Um, the Zone 6A, this weather has been weathering, right? We had the hot weather a couple of weeks ago. Now it's sort of kind of like high 70s, mid 80s. But I was just telling the ladies we've been having night lows in the 50s. I think one night we hit 49. It has been a journey. And so I save the rest of it for the garden update. Go ahead, I'll let the ladies introduce themselves. Go ahead. I'm gonna let Lisa go first because she was missing last time. Go ahead, Lisa. Introduce yourself.
I am Lisa, and my channel is Gardening with Lisa, and I'm in North Alabama, and I grow zone 8A, and I grow in containers, raised beds, um, pots, in ground, and self-watering planters. And it's been hot, you all. It's been real hot here in North Alabama. But that's it. That's who I am.
And I am Cynthia from CC's Texas Garden. And I'm in Zone 8B, 9A. And I grow in ground, in containers, raised beds. And I also grow indoors hydroponically. And right now in my garden, I am planting out fall plants. I know it's August. We got to get them in the ground. And so, yeah, come and check out my channel.
Awesome. Now Shelly won't be here. I don't believe she'll be here. She said that she had something today, so Shelly will not be joining us this week. But we're gonna move on and press on without her, so we will be missing Shelly. Also, Jacqueline. I think she's supposed to be here. She usually gets out of service around this time, so when she's available, she will hop on. And so we just gonna move on, right? We're just gonna move on. Anybody, any commission fans? I don't know. Okay, I'm a commission fan. They are the Detroit, so that would be Fred Hammond, Mike Brooks, Keith Staten. If y'all not familiar, y'all just keep an eye in
Oh,
your
yeah.
head. But they
I
got
like
the
them.
song, I'm going on in the name of the Lord. I'm reaching for my goal. So y'all know certain words trigger me in songs and lyrics. But it might be a spectrum thing. It may not. I don't know if I'm on a spectrum or not.
Certain words,
But it just
I can go with
triggers.
some 90s songs as soon as I
Yeah, it's just in your spirit, right? And it just pop up. It could be secular, it could be gospel, is whatever's in there popping out. It could
whatever.
be
Yep.
movie lines, right? It's just Rashida. But before we go on with that, before we go on with our topics, what y'all chewing on? I have some cantaloupe that I got. My sister got from the farmers market the other day, Thursday, because we left prayer and went to the farmers market. And I don't know what kind of cantaloupe this is.
Hey,
I don't know if it's
Sherry.
locally grown. I don't know if it's. I don't care if it's. I'm missing something. My thing is.
Hey,
I
Jackie.
don't know.
So
But
on the
anyway,
way to church.
but this cantaloupe is good. Good. So that's what I'm chewing on. Anybody else chewing on something, or am I the only one eating?
I don't have anything tonight.
I was looking. I was like, I don't
Mm.
have nothing, but I'm drinking on this horrible roselle tea that you get out of a box from a store.
Oh, okay. You said horrible.
Oh,
Yes,
why are you doing that? Aren't you growing your own?
I am, but it ain't ready yet. And this, I put 3 of the tea bags in like a little pot of water.
Mhm.
It tastes like red dye water. Oh
Mm.
no!
You have to put you some cinnamon and some ginger and something else in it. Give it some
So
flavor.
let's go back to NCISLA. Hetty like leaf tea, and the other people's drinking tea out the tea bag. And she asked them, "Don't you taste the bag?" And they're like, "No, we don't taste the bag." But then when they started drinking that loose leaf tea, and then the boy was like, "Yeah, you can taste the bag." I don't know if it's the bag that's the taste, or the fact that they put a lower quality in the
They
bag.
do.
But bag tea makes a whole different
gosh.
taste. Oh, we missing you tonight, Shelly, too.
Yeah. Yep.
So anyway,
it's imitation.
now I got a lot of stuff in my brain. Some of it don't mean nothing. Okay.
Just let it cycle through. Let it.
And I just woke up, so I did get that Sunday nap.
So you got you a nap.
Oh, girl, I couldn't help it. I'm gonna tell you how sleepy I was. We left church. We went to KFC. It was one person working the KFC, and by the time we figured out that they didn't have enough people, it was people behind us, people in front of us. We just sitting there. So we got our food, finally get home. We sat on the porch and ate. Mama's like, "I'm tired of going in the house." So my sister helping her get in the house. By the time my sister come outside, I'm sitting there on the porch like this. I was
That itis got you quick.
I was tired before I even ate ate that food. I was gone. But yeah, so I came home and got in the bed and went right to sleep. But I did set an alarm so I could
That's smart.
be here tonight. So let me go in here and look at I posted the list in the chat. Now I don't like how it populated in the personal chat in this goodness. This is gonna irritate me tonight, Jesus. If this thing don't work for me like I want it to work. Okay. I posted the list in the private chat, so I have to keep looking at my phone. So let's talk about garden and purchase updates. Anybody want to go first?
You can go.
Okay. I didn't buy anything. I did not buy anything, but I have finally been to the garden and in the garden. So I drove up to the first planter. And so, okay, my first planter, I had 3. I don't know if I sent y'all the 3 planters when I first put them up, but I got 3 new raised beds. There was nothing there, but like maybe 4 inches of soil, not much, nothing planted there. So between the fall and the spring, it's a lot of weed seeds. So I'm like, oh, let me go out here, pull up a chair. Maybe I pull these weeds up real quick out of this bed. That ain't quick. Because the root ball to some of those weeds were like this big. and the stem of them were like this round. And I just went with a pair of gloves I had in the car. I didn't go to the backyard and get like shears or anything that I could really work with to get those weeds out. When I was like, oh, I ain't gonna get these out of here today. Not like this. And so I'm pulling them up and I'm trying to get my soil out because I bought that soil. I'm trying to get the soil out the root and all this other stuff. I said, okay, this is gonna take some. I need to have a better plan. So my plan, y'all know I always come up with a plan. Whether I follow through is a whole nother story. But I think my plan is gonna be to get them weeds out. And when I got some bags in the back that got weeds, I think one of them actually got beans in them that came back. Once I get that stuff out of those, I'm gonna dump that in there. But then I'm gonna get me some silage tarps, and I'm gonna cover it. And I know it killed everything in that soil. At this point, I don't care. I need the weeds gone. So next year, I won't be tussling with weeds. And so that's my plan. I'm to clean out each bed, put down the silage tarp for the winter and fall and winter, and just hit next spring running. Because for me to try to dig out all this and try to plant in fall, and actually if I was going to plant for fall, I should have planted around the 15th of July, and they should have been seedlings, not seed, because when I tell you this air is cold at night, when I tell you the cloud come in front of that sun and it's like, oh, this is a nice fall breeze. It's like, honey, we ain't got much warm weather left. Let me tell you.
You said it get into the 40s at night up there?
Well, last few nights, like one night we had 49, another night was like 52, 50 something, and I'm like, this is crazy. But it gets up in the 80s in the daytime. The high is like in the 80s.
Yeah.
It's that swing. We can swing. This is the swing state. We'll swing. You call us the pinnacle state. The pinnacle state. So that's where I am. So I was looking up silage tarps today when I was filling my family in on my new plan. Anybody else purchases and garden update?
I'll go. Garden updates. I have been doing the one bed a day de-weeding. And so what I usually do is in the morning, I go out, I'll call my bestie because I'm already talking to her on the phone for about an hour or something before she go to work. So I decided to start taking her out to the garden, and I weed a garden in one of the beds for an hour. Just get as much as I can done and, get done in that time. And so that has helped me, to keep me motivated because we're talking and I'm pulling weeds because, instead of just laying there in the bed and just talking. And so I've been getting myself up to go and do that, which I cleared out now. I have 3 beds cleared out. And so I have planted out some direct sowed some seeds. And I also, today, I went and put in the seedlings I already had from my hydroponics out there. They've been out under the little shade cloth. Under the shady area for, at least a week or so. And so now they got planted out today because some of them had some thick roots on. I was like, oh, y'all was ready. But that's what I've been doing. I've been, to motivate myself to clean the weeds because, them weeds are out of control. They're just out of control. The dollar weeds is what I'm having the issue with. And it's like I pull one, if I don't get that whole strand out, then they just pop all back up. And I'm like, I just cleaned it. So, that's where I'm at.
Well, it's kind of the same thing here, but I haven't been cleaning out any beds. I need to, but I had not. But my corn is growing really good, and I'm so excited because I've never grown corn before. Y'all talked me into it, and I'm glad I did go ahead and do it. And I have tassels, and I have little corn growing. It's amazing.
Yeah.
And that, and just been doing a lot of harvesting of tomatoes and stuff. And I was just kind of like my Cherokee purple. Oh, I got a bunch of those plants, but I'm in that challenge too.
Mm,
All my tomatoes were all like they split around the
of 'em.
side of the tomato.
Oh,
And I thought it was just me, or I don't know. But come to find out, it's probably because it's inconsistent watering or something
mm,
like that.
mm,
But I mean, I have drip on them, and we water, especially when it was those really hot days, morning and night. And so I don't know, but they grow and they get big, but they just split, and it's just those. My other ones didn't do that so bad, but I'll just take a look at that. And then I was gonna do some canning, but because I got a lot of tomatoes, I have a lot of tomatoes. We're gonna make tomato paste and pizza sauce and taco sauce, and we'll probably do some tomato sauce because we're gonna have a whole lot of tomatoes.
So, have you ever made barbecue sauce?
No,
Have you ever-
I may
I
try
was
it.
just wondering because I was gonna watch a video. Can you make some barbecue sauce?
That would be fun. Put some molasses in it, make it sweet.
Mm-hmm. So Lisa, and I'm behind on video, so you have to tell me. I did see that you finally got you said self-irrigated planter, your elevated um is it food cube?
The Easy Cube,
Easy
Vigo
cube.
Easy Cube.
Easy cube. You got the easy cube, got your soil and stuff in that. So can you tell us some more about that? Then when did you put that up?
I did that. It was mid July. I can't remember
Okay.
the date, but it was mid July. Um, it's probably been about 2.5 weeks ago,
Okay.
and everything is doing good in it, except for the lavender. I should have known because lavender don't like to be wet or moist,
Yeah, it's very sensitive.
and so I think I'm going to have to take it out of there. But everything else is doing pretty good. And what I like about it is if it's got too much water in that reservoir at the bottom, they have two like spouts on the sides where you could empty some of the water out.
Mm-hmm.
And I like that because I've had to do that. But I mean, it really works. I mean, I haven't had to water it because it's still just moist down in there. And I put hay or straw down in there to
Mm-hmm.
kind of maintain the moisture too, so the sun don't beam down on it and
Right.
Mm-hmm.
dry it out too bad. But I like it.
Okay, cool. Corbett the Crop said your when you're talking about your tomatoes, he said it's too much water that's causing them to crack. But you guys got
Well,
rain though, didn't you?
we got a lot of rain,
Mm.
but once it turned really hot, like last week, we weren't getting much rain. It was raining all around us, but it didn't rain here in
Hmm.
our garden, and so
Interesting.
that we still had to water in the
Hmm.
morning and night because I think it was Tuesday. The heat index was 112 and it
Ooh.
was miserably hot. The air is so heavy you can't hardly breathe in it
Mm.
when it's that hot.
Mm-hmm.
Nope.
And
Don't want
days
to do
like
it.
that, I don't even go out there.
Yeah. So you're not lazy. You ain't lazy. You in self-preservation mode at that point.
Hmm. Mm-hmm.
Just like those tomato plants.
Here we go. Somebody tell me y'all in my garden they got 40% off sale on
I
these seeds.
seen that. When my bestie sent that, I just scrolled right past.
I got to go
So
right
some of
over
y'all
there.
well, this is what I'm thinking. I do need to buy seeds for next fall because I wasted some seed this year. And so I do need to
Uh-oh.
replace those. And so but yeah, it's not high on my priority list, but it's on my list because y'all know I'm on a limited budget. I'm on a limited budget.
I bought
Um,
some of Emma Gardner's honeydew melon seeds
Mhm.
last year
Mm-hmm.
and planted them this year. The green it had a green and an orange honeydew melon,
Hmm.
and haven't got any of the orange yet, but the green. My neighbor he planted some. He's eating. He said it is good. It's delicious.
Mm.
It's sweet and it is really good.
Oh,
So if
so if they
you
got it,
thinking
get
about a
some.
melon, he got a good seed,
Okay.
and
Okay.
it's heirloom.
Awesome. Cool. Maintaining soil health. Let's talk about soil health, y'all. Because I was telling my mom, so when I mentioned to my mom that I was going to get silage tarp to go on my beds, and she
Mhm.
said, "Oh, the stuff to keep the weeds out." I said, "No." I said, "Not the weed fabric." I said, "Because the weed fabric still will allow it to breathe or
Right.
whatever." I said, "That silage tarp is going to solarize that soil." I said, "Everything in that soil finna die.
Mhm.
Every biome, every whatever big words that they use for the people that know what they talking about,
Mhm.
it's gonna kill it all. And the weed seeds and the weed roots fin die."
Yep. Yep.
And so when I take it up next year, so my goal is, people been finding this what you call it? That compost. Y'all know that trash compost that they sell at the big box store, and it's $3 at the orange store, but it's people been finding for $1 at Walmart with all the sand and wood
Yeah.
chips and stuff.
Yeah.
If I go get
Yes.
some of that to fill my bed, that's fine because I know I'm going to solarize it. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? And then I'm gonna have to build it up
Mhm.
next year. So, but soil health. So right now, I filled my soil beds with Kellogg's raised bed
Mhm. I
soil,
like that. I like
right?
that soil.
And I like it. People, it's
I do too,
expensive to fill your
I do
raised
too.
beds with bag
but
soil, but
I
let
like
me
it.
tell
I
you,
like it.
I likes it. Now,
I
what
do
I
too.
don't look that I could finagle with that happy frog. I wanted to try the happy frog.
Oh
Well, my
yes.
dollars
But
is
they
nobody
cost too
here
much.
in Michigan, nobody has it in store. You think I'm about to pay shipping to get that stuff shipped to my house? The devil is a
You
liar.
don't have Fox Farm either.
No, is it Fax Farm, Happy Frog, or whoever?
It's two. I mean, it's a different name to it.
Yeah, no, but no, not here. I can't find it local.
What? That stuff is good. Now
I
I will use that to like pot up my
oh,
seedlings.
mm,
The seedlings because man, it makes
It's
your plants.
fluffy.
yeah, it's nice and fluffy.
Yes,
So
it's worth it.
now, but I talked about that compost from the big box store. I don't know what kind it is, but y'all know
It's
it's the
like the
white bag.
hummus. It's the hummus
Timberline. The brand
something.
is Timberline.
Yeah,
Timberline,
it's
and it's
the
supposed
white
to
and
be a
yellow
local
bags.
compost.
Yeah, yeah.
I bought
Yeah.
some that first year. So I filled up my beds with the Kellogg's, right? And
Mm-hmm.
then I fertilized my stuff with, throughout the season. So towards the end of the season, I got this compost and put it in my beds and was mad because it was mostly everything but cow
Speaking of
manure.
Wood
that,
No
chips
cow
and stuff.
manure in it. It didn't smell like cow manure. It didn't have no cow manure texture. It didn't
no,
have
it's
no
like a
man.
hummus something it say on their bag.
What? It
It's
don't
not
have
even a
nothing. So, um, the following season when my god sister came and helped me and she fluffed my bed, she said, "Girl, this soil is good. It feel good." I said, "Ain't nothing in there but the Kellogg's and that compost that I didn't like. That's the only thing I put." But it broke down
yeah,
very
Yeah.
well.
yeah, it
So
does.
I wouldn't say if you wanted it now to feed your plants to use it. So that's why I'm thinking I don't mind topping it. It's cheaper. It's gonna fill the bed. I'm gonna
Yeah,
solarize it, but I believe it's gonna break down very well.
mhm. Yeah. I use
Yeah.
it to fill my beds when it
Yeah.
gets low. I'll fill it up with that, and then I'll put some nice potting
Nice
soil on
on
top.
top. Yeah.
Mhm.
All right. So soil health. So that's what I'm thinking about doing. Am I doing any soil testing? No.
I don't do no soil
Anybody else
testing.
doing soil testing? I mean, it more than likely would be a good idea, but at this point, I'm going to start off with the bare bones. All right. Anybody else? Let's talk about soil health. What do you think about your soil and what you're doing right now as it pertains to your garden?
Mm. You want to go,
I
Lisa?
always use a lot of compost, just compost. It's
Mm-hmm.
all the time because that's what the plants like. And the Kellogg's raised bed mix, that is good, like a
Mm-hmm.
good potting soil or something like that. But the Kellogg's raised bed mix is pretty good. It's fluffy. It
Yeah.
did get kind of woody one time, but they probably are fixing that. But it is good. I've used it before a lot. But I'm always using compost. And the guy that cut our grass, his dad usually brings us this. We have a cotton gin down the road, and so they call it cotton trash compost,
Okay.
and it is high in nitrogen,
Is
but
that what the
it is
cottonseed fertilizer is? Is that the
yes,
same thing?
it's not really fertilizer, but I
Or
I guess it's
cottonseed
when they
something?
rake all of those plants and stuff in after
Mm-hmm.
they've
They
pulled
harvest.
out
Mm-hmm.
everything. Yeah, then they put it over and let it break down.
Okay.
So it is like 5 to 10 years old, and it is like gold. It is black, it's rich, and
Mm.
it's fluffy. And
Wow.
so we have
Okay.
been using that, and we've used it up basically. But we make our own, and it is we still just make, and they need to get to the bottom. You make it and don't turn it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Got good stuff at the bottom, and I need to get to the bottom of ours and get the good stuff off of.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. Did you want to
Yes.
pull up some comments?
I
So,
wanna oh, do I want to, girl? I'm in two conversations. So I'm in the sister chat, girl. Some stuff popped
and
off.
Shelley says she doesn't test her soul either.
When the bestie called me a little bit before the broadcast, I said, okay. And I was like, okay, she just want to talk. Then she said, I got a question. I said,
Yeah.
uh, uh.
Mhm.
And then she said, am I tripping? I was like, no, you ain't tripping. They tripping. And then I put it in the sister chat. I'm like, y'all, because, I could be partial because, I love my people. You my people. You my people. But, yeah. Karen, I'm glad you love your book. I'm glad you got it. I am so excited about that. God's Desire said, I think I'm focused on adding organic matter. My soil should be good. I compost my scraps, grind up my eggshells. Now, we go through a lot of eggs.
Mhm.
And if I was diligent and patient, I probably could have me quite a few eggshells for next year.
Mhm.
Take them and clean them and roast them and powder them up and all that stuff.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah.
Local nurseries around me sell it, but Happy Frog killed me trying to fill up my green stock.
Oh. Oh
Girl,
no.
let me tell you, when
That's
when somebody said, and if y'all follow, y'all gonna know who it is. James like it's hard to find. And when the local people got a pallet, I went and bought a pallet. I said, "Whoo, you makes." I ain't gonna say that. We be counting people coin. They might got a whole good budget. I don't know how much money that person make. But listen, in my mind said,
pallet, something that a
she
forklift
know
got
how
to
to
do.
hold on to some dollars. The Rashida down said, "Girl, listen, we tripping."
But honestly, that Happy Frog and that
Yeah,
Fox Farm,
but it's a good.
it's really good. But
It's
I
good.
would use it as just potting up your little seedlings or
Uh-huh.
something like that. Not to try to fill anything that unless you got the coins.
And then it's
Because
not
if you
good.
got a bunch of beds, it's gonna take a lot.
Ooh,
Yeah, but it's good to and that's why it's good when you start your garden. Sometimes you don't know how big your garden is going to be. You can do it bed by bed, right? Because I only started off with 3 beds at first, and then I got 2 beds, and then I got 3 more beds, and then I got back. So it wasn't like one year I had 10
yeah.
beds, and then all of a sudden now I'm trying to fill 10. No,
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
look, and filling that 3. Let me tell you. Anyways. I use the compost mix on top of my base. Still a meal with alfalfa pellets, eggshells, or bone meal. This year I fertilized with 511 and more bloom, no soil testing. I am looking to, I keep saying that, y'all, but I don't be going out of my way to get out of my own box. And that is to find, when Lisa brings up the cotton compost and all that stuff, I don't be thinking about doing nothing else. And I know if I go out, there's some farms that probably I could get some stuff from. I don't know, but you think Rashida about to drive out there and ask the folks, "Hey, y'all got some cotton oil y'all want to sell me?" I don't.
The only reason we get it is because that guy brings it to us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they want to get rid of it, get it out of our way. One of the local nurses had it for $16 a bag. Well, $16 a bag. Is she talking about that?
Not the
Fox.
What?
Lucky
Is
Fox.
that Fox Fire for $16 a bag? Girl,
Ooh.
listen.
I pay 8 something for like it's not even a cubic. It's not.
Yeah, that 2
It's
cubic.
not worth
Ain't
Yeah,
2
it ain't
cubics.
one-
I thought 2 cubics was $40.
I pay.
Let me stop lying
No,
to
I'm saying
myself.
what I get is less than a cubic.
Yeah, so let me see. I think when I was looking for it, because somebody mentioned it, because I had never heard
You
of
said
it.
Happy Frog.
Happy Frog.
Happy Frog and
Water.
Fox Farm. Fox Farm makes Happy Frog, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Same family. 16 for Fox
I'd
Frog.
rather go get me some peat moss and some cotton compost
Go ahead
and
and
make
say
my own stuff, and then to do
you
that.
get more for your
Well,
money.
we have some
Sure
good
can.
soil out here. Landscapers Pride. It's a Texas company out here, and I pay $4 for a 40-pound bag, and it is wonderful.
And that'll do it, God's desire. You will make an investment in a different brand when you've been burned by some of the others.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
You need to
It's
take your chances with everything.
okay, the big bag for $16. Yeah, because
Because you can't hardly trust Black Cow now.
I know. I
this
know.
is what I'm saying. Blind trust. I ain't gonna say blind trust. I don't want to say that because we don't blindly trust. When we start having good experiences, we don't expect to have a negative experience. So
Right.
it's not blind trust. But with everybody, you got to keep head on the swivel. Because I don't know if y'all heard me say it. I say it pertaining to food processing, but it's in all processing. It's a problem when they manufacture your cars. My dad worked for General Motors for over 50 years. People's work ethic is trash nowadays.
Yes, it is.
Our children don't know how to put in an honest day's work. People, they want the job, the paycheck, but they don't have any
They wanna do
pride
the
in
work.
saying I did a good job.
Yeah.
And so when people who are in these jobs, especially when you talk about quality control, whether it's food, whether it's cars, airplanes, trains, automobiles, soil, if the quality check is not there,
Mhm.
that's when stuff gets to us. Now, we were taught in my former job, it should never make it to the customer. We need to catch it on the line. If you don't catch it on the line, and it be caught in QA, and if QA don't catch it, it should be caught before it get up in this case.
Mhm.
It needs to be caught before it gets out to the customer. Same thing with this soil, but just like customers, when we have a good experience, we get lax, right? Just like that. If we haven't been having a problem with our vendors, right, and our sources or our workers, and we've been putting out a good product, oh, we don't have to have a check every hour. Let's make it every 3 hours. We don't have to have the number so tight. Let's widen the range of acceptability, blah, 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 blah. And then all this stuff just come on by. So
That's true.
it's the way of the world nowadays. So anything that we purchase, we have to what does that man say? The onus is on us. And the more you pay attention, the life you may save may be your own. We were talking about food at that time, but just like this food may be good, whether you buy it at the Dollar Tree or an expensive store like a Whole Foods. But if you open it and the smell right, don't cook it and be like, well, it wasn't a problem the last time. No, that stuff ain't no good. Don't eat it. So that was my whole rant about we just have to be diligent for ourselves. And like Lisa saying, Lisa, I just rather buy my own and mix my own, which is honestly a good way to do it, especially when you can find what you want to call it. What's the thing? Larger quantities. Words, Rashida, words. Larger quantities of these things to make your mixes. GT says he uses Ocean Forest for herbs in the house and Happy Fall for seedlings. Super crops. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, on my budget, them was the only ones I got. I repurposed the soil for the wing. Yes. Oh, and if somebody's on here new, somebody shared this video with you because they like our chat. When we talk about soil, and I don't even know where this came from. I've never heard anybody, as long as I've been watching gardening videos, say this. But in case you think this is the way it goes, once you buy soil and you grow your stuff, don't throw that soil out.
No.
Don't throw your soil away. I don't care if you bought a plant. Them plants I bought from the big box store and their little potted plant, I kept that soil too. I keep all soil come across my hands. You understand? You don't throw soil away. You rework it. You fertilize it. You do whatever you got to do, but keep your soil.
Yeah.
I heard somebody mention that, and it was like somebody said, I don't even know if maybe it was in a garden chat or something group, but they were like, I'm new. Am I supposed to throw all this soil away? I spent a lot of money on soil. We're like, no.
No.
No,
Do
baby.
you think everybody could afford to buy on that soil every year?
But when people just don't know, they don't know. Honey, don't throw that soil away. Don't throw it away. So that's my take on it. Did I miss anything? I had a compost drop, really good compost from a company that's less than 2 miles from me. Got 3 cubic foot filled with, I filled a 4x6, a 2x8, and 10-20 gallons bag with for dirt cheap.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
Compost drop.
I can get a drop for it's $80, but it's a whole yard of soil, that they would bring. They would deliver it for $80. I'm like, it's not bad. It's not bad if I can get my beds filled and they delivering it. So
yeah. My thing with a drop though is because I live. Yeah.
That's because I live in town.
Well, and plus, when you think about having something dropped, I'm like, if they take it to the back of the garden place and drop it, that would be great.
Mm-hmm.
Dropping it in the front towards the street.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now, if I lived like on the country road and somebody did that, I wouldn't care. Or if I thought they drop it, I'd go out here and move it and shovel it real quick. And my 20-year-old body probably could knock that out. So
my 21, that 20 body could do it, but this 40 something.
His body be rebelling.
My wood chips are becoming a monument in my front yard.
That's all right. They gonna keep breaking down where they sit.
I know. I'm just gonna have a bed right there.
You gonna start digging from the bottom. You can take that broke down part and put them in your bed and let the top keep breaking down.
I'm just gonna make a makeshift garden around there and be like,
finding good peat moss has been an issue lately. Peat moss is a point of contention for a lot of people, right? If you don't know, peat moss is mined from I was gonna say the Mountain of Peace, but that's just a joke. I'm sorry. But it's not a sustainable product. And so a lot of people, there's a lot of things about it. And I'm not sure if a lot of ours are, with all the things that's going on in our world, in our country, where it is gathered, how it is processed, blase speed, blase, right? But if you can get some cocoa core, which can, I
That
don't
can be
even know,
expensive too.
that could be expensive too. But what's that girl Jackie had a thing, and if y'all got Jackie's email, she got a big old thing. I think it was peat moss. For she gave Shelly an email or a business or something. Email Jackie. Go to Jackie's page. I think her email is on her page. It's her page name, Four Seasons at Gmail, and ask her about her peat, where she got her big old thing of peat
Probably
moss.
from Facebook.
You said probably on Facebook. Yeah.
Marketplace.
So what happened to Shelly Donzel? What time is it? Because I don't know how old these questions are.
Let's see.
Uh,
7:43.
Shelly had an event. She will not be here today. Donzel. Yes, repurpose everything. Hey Jennifer. Hey sis. Um, True about the work ethic. Yes. And listen, and it's not gonna listen. I'm gonna tell you. I ain't gonna say it's not gonna get any better. When we get to the point, and I'm not talking about world systems. I'm talking about people and leadership. When we get better at honoring people, we will attract better people. And when I mean honoring people, I'm not just talking about giving them good money. I'm talking about really seeing the work that they do for you, really um, believing in the people that you serve, right? Realizing that, yes, they're employees, but they are yet people and they have lives outside of you,
Sure.
and honor their lives. So until we begin to treat people well, we're going to always have a problem as it pertains to people working or volunteering in whatever space you're in.
That's true.
Okay. So, like, because somebody said, I told my therapist, I said, I don't understand how I'm grieving a job. I've been threatening to leave for so long. But I can tell you that the first years I was there, I worked hard. I worked overtime, weekends, holidays. I did all the things through the buyout, through the sale, through the bankruptcy, through union stuff, crossing union lines, getting screamed at, getting harassed, folks following me home. I did all of that.
Hmm.
And y'all didn't care. And you
Name
wonder
it.
why, and then you wonder why I show up the way
Everything
I
into
show up
the
today.
attitude.
Uh-huh. And then yeah, so then now when I say I'm not doing that, that's not in my job description. You want to work overtime? I'm not turning down work, but if somebody want it, they can have it. But Rashida don't work weekends. I sure don't. And not. Y'all can be mad and glad about
Shelly said it was perlite.
it. Perlite. Oh, it's perlite.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's perlite.
I don't know why I
Yeah.
thought it was peat moss. Okay. Compost delivered for a great price. 46-year-old needs invested in a gorilla cart to move it. Took me 6 months. Listen. Whatever it takes, Javon. Whatever it takes.
Right. Right.
Um.
So,
So
you
yeah.
want me
So
to
we have
answer
to.
question
Just,
for my soil
hmm?
before we skip that one?
Yeah. Talk about your soul.
So as for my soil, what I usually do, amending my beds, because we talked about different soils and all that. Like I said, I can get that 40-pound bag, that Landscaper's Pride. If you're in Texas, I don't know if they. I think in Tennessee you can get it as well, but that works so good. It's a Texas company here,
Mm-hmm.
and I love it. It's black, rich soil. It is really good. They got mushroom compost in there and different good things that help break, your soil in real good. But I always put my basics of my bone meal, my blood meal, and to mix that into the soil. It just I'm amending the soil, and then if I have plants in there, I'll go through that with the 511 maybe every 2 weeks, and just 511 give them some nitrogen if it's nitrogen loving stuff. Now you don't want to give it to things that is more blooms because you don't want to just keep blowing putting leaves out. You want it to start
Yeah.
doing some flowers and some root vegetables. You want to have bone meal, so you have to know which ones you need to be putting in there. I didn't use plant tone, garden tone, different things like that. Now, some people don't want to do, well, they say they don't use any fertilizer. Well, a lot of people at the beginning when they was gardening, because a lot of people been gardening for many years, they did put that stuff in there. And that stuff
Yeah.
is still in their beds. That stuff is still breaking down at different times when they say, oh no, I don't use that stuff anymore. But you did at one time.
Yeah. Sure
At one
did.
time. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's like even when people say I don't use fertilizer and I just do this, what do y'all think the three sisters did if you have beans that's putting nitrogen in the soil?
Mhm.
You may not have bought a man-made fertilizer, but you fertilized it.
Yeah.
If you're putting your compost back into
Yep.
your beds,
Your
your personal fertilizer, that's still fertilizing your soil. Stop coming up on here like you done came up and now we the dregs of the earth because I went and bought some
Yeah.
because I don't have none. Let me tell you something. People be getting on my nerve.
Yeah. I'm like, mind your own garden.
Right.
Mind your business. And I'm gonna tell you, I've been on one, y'all. I've been on one. So if I happen to go off on another tangent, y'all just be
That's
here.
all right. Shelly will pop up on the screen.
Because it ain't even just this. It ain't even just that though. Because see, if y'all notice, and I had stepped back from social media for. I mean, I was on it, but I wasn't on it like I've been on it this last, let's say, 3 weeks. It's like if you fast, you this and you this and you this, do this. If you single, you that, you that, you this, you this, you this. If you use fertilizer, you that, you this. Listen, mind the business that pay you.
Yeah.
If you use
Mind the business that pay you. My fat ain't on your bones. That heifer had the nerve to fix her mouth to say. I ain't even going there. Because I don't care how fat people are. When y'all go on 600-pound life, ain't none of them people single. Y'all understand me? I don't watch 600-pound life. That's just a joke I hear on the internet. Them folks ain't single. So don't come at me talking about you don't deserve love because you overweight, and you don't deserve this because you ate a non-organic orange last year and every sickness you got is based on that one orange. Shut up and miss me with that mess.
I tell you, I've been on some
I'm so
garden
sick of
channels,
people.
and like all they do is say what everybody else they don't watch does that is different from what they do, and is almost like it's all wrong. And what they do is the best, and is what you should do. I get out there and I do what I do.
Mm-hmm.
And if you want to try it, you can. I know everybody is watching everybody.
Yeah.
And everybody is doing something different. What I do here in 8A, North Alabama, may not work for Cynthia. Aren't you in zone 8 too? 8B or 9A?
8B, 9A.
What I do may not work for you. I mean, we've been having the same kind of weather and everything, but what you do may not work for me. And what I do may not work for you.
Right.
I also think
And Rashida, you can't do what we do.
exactly.
But you do what works for you.
Yeah.
And quit getting on. You're not gonna hear me saying, "Oh, they over there doing that," and I had to get on to them and tell them they was wrong and all like that. Well, you get on with the video or turn it off.
Right.
I turned it off because I don't want to hear that.
And that's another. I think sometimes people do that kind of stuff for clickbait, right? Because they know people are going to argue in the comments, and that's going to drive engagement.
I don't want to argue.
I don't say a word. When I tell you I don't say a word, if I finish the video, I don't say a word. I will swipe, and I do not thumbs down people. But it's been some people, and I'll be like, I don't want to see no more of this. Let me take them out of my algorithm. I want them or their friends to come across my feed not there another time. I'm still here in my house mad. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, Jackie.
Hey, Jacqueline. But listen, we ain't gonna stay there. but we don't want to be. We are not that channel, right? However, you got to do whatever you got to do. I mean,
Right.
we have our running jokes, right? We have
Mhm.
our running jokes. But listen, at the end of the day, what we're gonna do what we want. We all grown. We're gonna do what we want to do. And I don't have to put you down to try to make me feel like I'm a better gardener or I'm more in tune to gardens and
Right.
blah blah blah. I don't need your press to pump my confidence. People that do that are not confident. They're
Mhm.
not confident. They got to step on your neck, kick you
Right.
in your face, and bust your nose for them to feel good. And at the end of the day, if they do that, they still don't feel
And
good.
then you also got to think about sometimes you might need to look in that corner at the top of people's videos and they're promoting. They may be, advertising a certain company, a certain brand, or something. This because they're affiliates with, so they might more sway the people over to this is a better product to use. Yeah, you got to check them corners of the
And some of
videos.
these people I see, they ain't got nobody sponsoring them. No, they ain't affiliated with nobody.
Some of these people started garden yesterday based on what they read on Chat GPT.
Oh,
Not even realizing when the first time I used Chat GPT, Jackie sent me that list in Chat GPT. The first thing it says when you sign up says that the information in this app may be incorrect. But everybody say, "Oh, I got it on Chat GPT." Y'all better go read a book because
Okay.
that Chat GPT may be wrong.
what
Just
is
like Google can be wrong.
right?
That's
right,
why we say
right.
if we tell you something, go and do your due diligence. Look it
Right.
up. I could be incorrect. I could be giving false information.
What
What's
is
up?
Chat GPT anyway? I hear that a lot. I
It's-
haven't been.
It's
What
the
is-
new Google, but it's AI driven.
Oh,
Oh
but
Lord.
AI is
Oh,
constantly asking, "How did please inform me?" Because I know at one time I had an advertising that said that they wanted to use my videos to train AI, and I was like, "Nope."
Yeah, and that's what it does. It just take algorithms and numbers, and it's like, okay, well, this group of people like this, like that, like this.
Right, right.
And then it's like, oh, we're going to generate this list based on this information.
Mhm.
Well, garbage in, garbage out. The more people use it, people are going to put incorrect information in. And eventually people going to get a whole bunch of incorrect information out. And if
Yeah.
you don't check it, y'all going to be putting the lemon juice in your cereal and be wondering why your cereal nasty.
Like, I don't know why it's sour. I keep putting this lemon juice.
But ChatGPT told me to. If it say go jump off a bridge, you going to do that too? What?
are you gonna
Hey, you don't clean your chicken with
get
soap
rid
and
of
water.
COVID?
Y'all out here, y'all to stop washing your chicken and stop
Right,
washing
the
your hands and
Dawn
using hand
detergent.
sanitizer. Y'all stop taking baths and everything. Y'all want to brush your teeth. We're out here smelling like musty goats, all because of what somebody said on the internet.
I know we just talked about Chat GPT and how it can be garbage in, garbage out. There is some
Jacqueline.
good to AI. You just got to learn. You got to know how to use it correctly. And I think Ricky is
Exactly.
making that point. You gotta use some common sense. I
Right.
think that's
That
what
ain't
a lot
it.
of people are missing is common sense. If
Yeah.
it gives you something that doesn't make sense, don't do it. Like
Right.
I used it this week for Vacation Bible School. I thought I needed 3 boxes of goldfishes to feed 60 children because I wanted to give them 3 ounces. Well, once we fed the children, I only needed a box and a half. So I bought too much goldfishes. So one of my girlfriends who uses it a lot for cooking, she's like, throw it in Chat GPT. You want 60 children at 3 ounces. I told her how many goldfishes I wanted to feed it. And it came out perfect. So like the things that are constant, goldfishes, animal crackers, the thing that people can't mess up, you can use it for that. But all the other stuff that everyone's going to have their own opinion, like versus whether you want to use self-watering planter versus a raised bed versus in ground, ChatGPT is going to give you a whole bunch of different answers, and it's just going to be based on what you want it to do.
Yeah, it's a search engine. There you go.
Yeah.
There are people. Somebody said AI scares me.
Yeah,
Well, let me
it
tell
does.
you something. You know what? AI been around. It just ain't been accessible to us.
Exactly. Yep.
And then everything that is automated is not AI, which we don't know either. Some
Yes.
things are just programmed. And programming, just like even when y'all remember when Shopify, right? So you shop create the shop app. Then you could purchase in the shop app. And then once you purchase in the shop app, it's like, do you want us to send you your notifications in your Facebook Messenger? Yes. And then now this merchant has put in like all the answers or the questions it wants to ask you or send you at certain points. So now it says, okay, my customer has bought, to send them their shipping information. And when it's almost time to deliver, let's send them another notification. When it has to deliver, let's send them this message. After they've had it for a week, let's send them this message. It's automated, but it's not AI. Y'all get what I'm saying?
Mhm.
But AI is where the computer is like, oh, this is what it's been doing. This is what it's been doing. So let me write a program and we're going to do this. Y'all get what I'm saying? That's how I understand it. I am not a computer whiz. I just play one on TV. That's how I understand when it was explained to me. So, but I just wanted to, I said all that to say, people be on the internet wilding out. You just have to do your due diligence. Don't be afraid to look up what somebody else said and compare notes. And you ain't got to go with nothing or anything. Proper English. You don't have to go with anything that anyone says on the internet, even when they try to bully you and say you're less than. Whether it's your weight, whether it's your hairstyle, whether it's your home, your religion, your whatever. Don't listen to these people. Okay. All right.
Right.
You are a human being with free will. Now let's back. Jacqueline has joined us. I think she had a little snack. She got in her. I want to have some energy for this conversation. We have introduction. We have had introductions. Oh, I didn't make banners. That's why it was so much easier last time. Anyway, we we have had introductions. We did our gardening and purchasing update. And we talked about maintaining soil health, and that's as far as we done got. And we are an hour in. So go ahead and put your bid in. Ooh, goldfish crisp.
Yeah, I've never had goldfish crisp before. They're sour cream and onion flavor.
Okay. Well, I am eating cantaloupe from Walmart. They actually been pretty good this year.
I had cantaloupe too, girl. That mug was good.
Yep. So that's what I'm snacking on tonight, trying to lose some more weight. But I don't know if the pizza last night and then cantaloupe, I don't think they counteract each other, so I'm probably not going to lose anything. But anyway, I'm Jacqueline Phillips. I am the content creator for Four Seasons Garden. I am in Zone 7A. I garden in primarily self-irrigated planters, better known as SIPs, and with hydroponics. And updates. Chickens. That's what my update is. We finally got the run built yesterday, and we put the chickens out there last night. I slept with my window cracked because if I heard anything, I was going to be out there to protect my babies. And so we done that. So the chickens are outside enjoying the grass. We haven't converted it to a chicken tractor yet, but I think I'm just going to probably leave that one stationary, and then I'm going to build my chicken tractor. So I'll take them out there, throw them out on the lower acre of the property so they can just do their things, and then bring them back up on the chicken tractor back up to the house. So I think that's what we're going to end up doing. But for right now, they're just hanging out right by my window so I can keep track of them. And as far as purchases, that's probably my main purchase. I bought some elephant plants just because I wanted some perennials, and they were $7 at Lowe's. So I bought some perennials, something that'll come back every year. And I started seed shopping, but I didn't pay for it. It's just in my basket. So I heard you guys say that it's time to start looking for seeds that you need to replenish from last year. So Rashida, I'm the same like you. I'm kind of going through what I don't have and start replenishing. I did start some outrageous lettuce in my hydroponics, some Merlot lettuce in my hydroponics, and something else. I can't remember. Something else in hydroponics. I started some lettuces, and I'm about to start to cleaning out the hydroponics that had the plants that never made it to the garden, so I can start my quick snack cucumbers inside and getting my salads up and running. And then I'm trying to decide if I'm going to do some yellow tomatoes or red tomatoes, those cherry tomatoes, the heirlooms from AeroGarden. I still have tons of those left over. So I'm going to start my fall, winter hydroponics is kind of my updates there. As far, I have another update. I actually harvested my potatoes and my onions. Never grown those before. I had them for dinner today. I harvested, cut them
Good.
put my onions in it, threw it in the oven with some garlic, salt, and parsley. And I just had to take my mom a bowl, be like, Mom, this was directly from my garden. So I did that with some pollo y salsa, something Hispanic side with it, and it was just amazing. So thank you, ladies, for expanding me and learning something new this year. So that was totally so excited. My daughter was out there. She's like, okay, Mom, let's dump out. She goes, you missed a potato there. So it was really cool to have her out there harvesting with me and getting it all in. And so with that, now that those beds are empty, I'm going to be sowing my covers for them so I don't get weeds over the winter until they're ready for next year. So that'll be my project it has to be for this week, because I don't want any weed seeds growing up in there over the fall and the winter as they sit there.
What you sewing them out of?
The gray fabric material. So I'm just gonna, the stuff that you just put it down, I bought some outdoor UV resistant elastic, and I'm just gonna sew it up there and just so it pulls together. And if I don't get it done, I have some old garden hose. So I didn't like the garden hose. It busted. I didn't want to fix it. So I actually saw another person actually with their earth gardens cut the hose, split it down the middle, and just use them to tuck it down on the sides. So then I don't have to, if I don't get to sew in it, I can at least do that. That hose has been sitting there to do that project for a year. So now I'm finally going to get, So I'm going to finally go ahead and do that. Yep. In the interim, until I sew it and I do it how I really want it to look nice. But for now, I think that's probably what's going to happen tomorrow. And I'm off tomorrow and Tuesday. So I have 2 days that's going to be just garden.
Listen, don't be like me. You said you was going to be like me and start going through your seeds and see what you're missing. I never said that. I said I was looking at seeds that I wasted, but I'm not going through my seeds. Y'all know that's not. I say it every year and I never do it. That's how I end up with all these duplicate packets. I never do with y'all. So I'm not going to lie to you. So don't be like me, Jacqueline. Be like you. Because when she say she going to do it and she be like, girl, I ain't going through these seeds. I'm just going to buy what I think I need. And I'm like, why do I have 4 packs?
Yeah, I'm too. You know how I got mine organized. I've got 6 of those containers all organized by seeds. I can flip through it and find them. So I won't, hopefully I won't duplicate too bad.
God bless you. But yeah. So thank you, Jackie. We can talk about soil health when Shelly go ahead and introduce herself. Shelly, introduce yourself and do your garden and purchase update.
Girl, y'all got me on a tired night. So hello to the panel, my friends. Hello to everybody in the chat.
I told them you were gonna be here.
I heard you say that. I wasn't gonna correct you.
I actually gave you the night off and you popped on anyway.
I know, I hate missing y'all. I hate missing the people, our fans and friends in the chat.
Well, hopefully Donzel will come back because you're back now.
He knew I was here. He said there. He said I was here.
Saw it.
Like, where is Shelly?
It's great to be missed. It truly is. So yeah, I was hosting a pool party today. So I have literally been gone all day at my sister friend's house, and we finally wrapped up. I think refrigerator. Oh, okay. Finally wrapped up, and I was like, oh, you know what? I was like, I should be able to make it home in enough time that I can at least get on here for the last hour. So my name is Shelly. For those who do not know me, I am the host of Shelly's Homestead Hideaway in Maryland Zone 7B. I grow in raised beds primarily, but I also have pots and planters and elevated beds, as well as SIPs, self-irrigated planters that I am growing in. And let me just say, it's been a lot this year, y'all. I'm just like, I will not be adding to my garden next year. It is so much work. My hat is off to Cece and Lisa, because I'm like, it's a lot of work. It would be manageable if I wasn't working a full-time job. It would be more manageable if I wasn't running a very successful business outside of my 9-to-5 job. It would be very doable if I was not leading a walking group and doing ministry. I mean, doing all the things. Gardening is some work. And even with my husband, the hired help, here to help, it'd be a struggle. It'd be a struggle, y'all. So, what questions am I answering? Garden updates. My garden looks like trash. No cap. It looks like some trash. The ground cherries and my cucumbers, some of my eggplants, the things that I actually had in the SIPs, are not doing well. They have all been affected by, I guess, powdery mildew. And so I'm actually pulling those things up. So I'm not sad about it. I'm just going to make the best use of it and use this time to now start planting for the fall. What am I planting for the fall? I don't know yet. We'll talk about that later.
That's not your fault, because that's how squash
You got them
and
girl
eggplant,
collard
that's just how they
greens.
do.
You
When
right.
it gets to be this time of year, it's time to pull all that out.
Yeah, so I was just like, it is what it is. One thing I am not doing, I'm not stressing over this garden. I'm gonna tell you, I go out there, I see them hornworms out there some days, and I be looking at them, and I be like, oh, you real big. I'm gonna let you live.
Look at me, and I look at him, and he look at me, and I look at him.
I let them live. I let them live. I mean, there were a couple early on that I took care of, but these last couple of weeks we've had so much rain. I've been so busy. I was just like, you know what? It's enough out here for everybody. So I let the hornworm live. I didn't say goodnight to the people, to all of them.
I was the same way. I got to a point where I was like, just trim off the top. Just go ahead and trim off the top.
Yes. Thank you so much, Donzel. Listen, don't be sorry about the plants. They did what they needed to do. Let me tell you, I have gotten an abundance of cucumbers, and my husband, for the sake of us not letting them go bad, has been blessing the house with some cucumber water that everybody has been loving. So, we're not sad about it. We're going to learn from the experience, and we're going to grow. So, still got watermelons out there, my Cherokee purple tomatoes, straight trash. Lisa, I was watching your video. I don't know if it was today or yesterday, and I was like, she got a 1 pound and 1/4 ounce Cherokee purple tomato.
That was probably 2.5 weeks ago.
But I just saw it. That's how busy I've been. I'm so behind on videos.
But I didn't post it until I guess Friday or sometime.
Okay.
But it's an old video, and it those plants look like trash now. So don't worry about yours, because everybody's probably looking at trash.
Right. I'm not even worried about it. All I'm worried about is winning watermelon wars.
We're gonna rename this "My Garden Look Like Trash." It's gonna be the trash episode.
So let me see. Did I miss anything else that I need to update on?
We were finishing up talking about soil health. I don't know if you guys heard me inform them that my plan now is to get these weeds out of my bed and then put some silage tarps down.
Yeah, I heard you talking about that.
About soil health. What do y'all feel about the soil you have in your garden? Do you have any plans for it? Are you gonna do what you did this year? Are you gonna do something different next year? What's what?
So soil health, I feel like my soil health is actually pretty good. I have no complaints about my soil health. I definitely need to fertilize. I think y'all were talking about fertilize. I feel like I need to fertilize more. My fig tree that had figs on it, I went out there one day and all the leaves were yellow. And I went out there like the next day and everything had fallen off the fig tree.
Mm.
So I was like, okay, what is it? And it's in a 5-gallon bucket. And every time I've checked it, it's been dry. I'm like, even though we've been getting inundated with rain, that bucket is not getting saturated.
That's what's happening to it. The figs in the summer need so much more water.
Yeah. But what's interesting is the fig tree that I started from, a little transplant from Lowe's that I thought was going to die. That thing is growing like crazy. They don't have any figs on it yet, but it's in a barrel. And I think because it's in a wide barrel, it's getting water. Yeah, even with the rain, it's been getting water a little more easy than the fig tree that's more mature, because it's got thick, like the stump is like this thick round, and it had lots of leaves on it, and it had several figs growing. But such is life. I this morning got up and I went out there and put the water hose in the bucket and turned it on low trickle. And I just let it go for a while. So I'm gonna check and see what the water moisture level is tomorrow.
So let's talk about. Can we talk about surface area, right? So if you're talking about the wine barrel, it's a larger surface area.
Yes,
it's going to collect more water. Whereas when you're talking about the 5-gallon bucket, not just the 5-gallon bucket, but it has leaves. So the rain is not really saturating through the leaves.
Yes,
so
exactly.
It's probably the issue. So you might end up having to
up pot it,
change the water, or put it in a wider pot.
Yes.
Now, so sometimes they be like, "Oh, you can grow it." Yeah, you technically can grow almost anything in a smaller container. But if you wanted the rain to catch in it and water it, so you won't have to keep watering it, then you might have to consider a larger surface area. So that's what I'm thinking the problem was with that and why it's dry. I'm not a professional at catching water. I just play one on TV.
All right. I agree with you 100%, Rashida, because the things that are in my wine barrels, they are all doing, fine. There are some, the tomatoes, the what is it? The purple tomatillos and the cream sausage tomatoes, those are in some barrels that, but again, I think it's because of the surface area. Those have grown up and expanded out quite a bit. And oftentimes I have come out and seen that the leaves are wilted over. So yeah, you learn. I definitely learned some things this year that I'll be doing differently next year.
Take your notes so that you remember.
That's a hard thing to do.
That's like my
I'm gonna need the Lord to bring it back to my memory.
All right, Jacqueline, let's talk about your soil. You did let's talk about your soil with the self-irrigated planters. And then, were your potatoes in self-irrigated planters as well?
No, I actually did those in bags. I did those in the.
Okay, so tell us how that worked out too.
It worked out really well. They tipped over when they needed it. I didn't water them as well as I should had, because we had so much rain. So even though I didn't water as much as I should had, I had a really great. I've got at least a 10-pound bag of potatoes out of those 7, 6. Yeah, so Like I said, I made them for dinner today, and they were absolutely scrumptious. They were. I think they tasted better than any potatoes I've ever tasted in my life.
They did. They had your love in them.
They
I
sure
was
did.
One thing I will say about growing bags, and this is what I did last year. So my parents has this boot, what you call it? The thing you put the back door to catch the boots in the winter, so the snow won't be all
Yeah.
through your house.
Mudroom.
Yep. Mhm.
So I had those eggplants, and those bags kept drying out. So I
Mhm.
was like, let me sit this in here because they wasn't using it. It was outside. I went and put my bags in there. So maybe sometimes when you have bags, because they dry out, even if you get a lot of rain, because the rain goes right through the bag,
Mhm.
especially if it starts out dry,
Yep.
it just go right through the bag. But if you can put something under it, or
I
maybe
put
have
them in
a part
swimming
of the yard that holds water, put your
Yep.
bags there so they can
Yep.
still get more
If-
water.
if
That's
I've
what I
put it in
found
swimming
last
pools.
year.
I've put it in swimming pools before, and
Yeah.
that worked really
Yeah,
well.
that's what I
too.
was just going to say. Kiddie pools.
Kiddie
Put
pools.
some bags in there.
Yeah. So, yeah,
I
something
should have
shallow
done
though,
it.
because y'all don't want to breed mosquitoes. Y'all don't want
Oh,
to
you
breed.
just use. I just use those. I use them for my self-irrigated planters anyway. I use the mosquito bits, so I just throw some mosquito bits in there,
Mm,
and it is OMRI approved. It is organic approved, and I'll put
Yep.
it in there to kill them mosquitoes when they're sitting in that water too.
awesome. So that's what we were. I was just ranting, as I've been known to do about the internet making me
We
mad.
all were.
But everybody here should know we just tell y'all what we're doing and what we've learned. You don't have to take anything we say verbatim. We're not going to bully you. We're not going to push you. We're not going to talk about you and call you out your name. Go and as my pastor say, read up on it, study it out for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You got to take my word for it. Okay. So
And what works for one person may not work for the other. So
You said it right there,
there's
Shelley.
always that.
Yep.
uh-huh.
Everyone's in different places, different things, different soils. You just got to.
Right.
You got to check.
Mhm.
Just do it for yourself and play around with it.
And then think about it. Let's talk about microclimates. I know it's not on the list, but let's talk
Mhm.
about microclimates.
Mhm.
Microclimates. They would talk about it a couple of the seed time seminars I was on, and I sort of understood what they were saying, but then I didn't understand as much as I did until I started growing. You know, I'm in Michigan, and y'all talking. I have never had a hornworm in my garden.
What?
I have never. The years I've grown tomatoes, I've never. I told my daddy, I said I wanted some parasitic wasp to come to my garden, and he said, "What's that for?" I said, "For hornworms." He said, "You ever seen a hornworm in your garden?" I was like, "Nope."
It's funny. I was on a chat last night, and they live in Canada. Diva in the Dirt. She lives in Canada. They don't have the what is it, squash vine borers.
Mhm.
They don't have those, and neither
Wow.
in California. A guy that I was watching, and he's like, "We don't have squash vine borers over here." I'm like, "How'd y'all get out of that?" But they don't have it. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And so, and I don't know if it's a Michigan thing or it's my area or maybe it's the way I'm growing. I don't know. Or what I'm growing together or just this. I don't know. But I've never had a hornworm. But I do know that my lot, because it's a full sun lot for the most part, outside of the shade from the trees in the evening.
Mhm.
So we get a lot of sun there. So another person may be gardening in Michigan. Like if I was to garden in my backyard, I have a lot of high trees in my backyard and then the shadow from the house. And it doesn't get full sun, but for a few hours a day.
Mhm.
And so when I tried to grow potatoes back there last year, them potatoes was trash. And when I mean trash, mean them things was in that ground for a long time and they ain't get but this big. Because they need to been over there where they were the year before
Yeah.
on this front porch. So, microclimates, even around your house, different things do better in different spots. And so we learn a lot there. So what's the next topic? hard neck and soft neck garlic. That came up because somebody mentioned garlic in the chat. And I grew hard neck. All hard neck the year I grew garlic. But I didn't grow garlic this year. I'll be growing garlic.
We do soft neck down here in the South.
Soft neck. And then Jacqueline, you did. What'd you say you did?
I've done neither, so I'm just gonna be the first time doing garlic. So that's why I was like, let's talk about it.
You said you're going to do garlic.
Yeah, I'm going to do garlic. So I'm in the newbie stage for all the
I
new
think
stuff.
you can do either or. I think you guys can eat both, right?
I did do both, but we're not going to talk about what happened to most of my garlic.
But I think sometimes when you're in a state like Virginia or you're sort of like in the middle South, the middle North, you can do both. And so the thing with I think a soft neck garlic is an automatic thing. It's going to grow when it gets, once it get cold and warm up, come the temperature's going to grow, then it's going to split the bulbs on the clove of garlic, the cloves on the bulb of garlic, whichever way it goes, whichever word go where, y'all know what I'm talking about.
Mhm.
It's going to make small pieces. And then with your hard neck garlic, it's like you're going to grow it and you're going to get your scapes when it tries to do the flower for the second year. Cut the scape off, it's going to split, and then you're going to get your bulb of garlic with all your different cloves. There it is.
There you go.
So in my mind, I'm like, that don't even sound right. Am I saying that backwards? But anyway, so you have two options.
For storage purposes, which one do I is it hard neck that you do for storage purposes or soft neck?
I think you can store both.
You can store
I
both.
grow hard neck, so I don't know. I don't think I've ever grown.
I
soft
store soft neck.
neck.
Do they store as long as your hard neck?
Well, I never grew hard neck, so I don't know.
Oh, that's right.
Because
That's right.
whatever ones I have that I store, those are ones I put right back out in November or October, whatever, and I stick it back in the ground. So
Okay.
Yeah. So my problem is I had a bountiful harvest of garlic, both soft neck and hard neck.
Okay.
However, I really don't have space to adequately store it. And so it was sitting in the garage for way longer than it should have. And a lot of the garlic started going bad.
yeah,
So-
in the mold.
Yeah. So unfortunately, I lost quite a bit of my garlic.
Mhm.
Oh.
But
We
it can
make
happen.
mint
Devon
garlic.
says you can grow in Virginia 6 and 7. You can do soft neck and hard neck
Good.
Mhm.
garlic.
And you can freeze garlic, right? Just like you would
Yeah,
onion.
You
Yeah,
can, but I read that when you freeze garlic, it becomes more
Bushy.
bitter or something. They
Yeah.
were saying. I was like,
Well, I don't know.
I never noticed it, but okay, whatever.
Y'all just reminded me that I peeled some garlic and it's actually sitting in the refrigerator.
You can take
Because
your
I was
garlic.
getting rid of what went bad, and my plan was to dice it up and put it in some
Oil.
ice cube trays or water, however, and freeze it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I did some. I diced some garlic up and put it in oil. You buy the jars with the garlic and oil, and I just put them in one. I have the glass container with the plastic top with the vents. I push the air out, vent it, and put it in the refrigerator.
Mhm.
I messed that up, and then you can store your whole garlic in oil as well.
Yeah, I do.
So I mean, there's different ways you can store it and keep it.
So the whole clove.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Because I actually just recently
olive oil.
started taking whole garlic cloves and dicing them up and swallowing it like pills, because y'all notice I ain't coughing as much.
Hallelujah.
You can also do that with
Good.
honey. To put your cloves in some honey.
Uh-huh.
And some people put it in the refrigerator. Other people just put it in a dark cabinet. And
Mhm.
whenever you need to, just take one of them cloves out and eat it.
Yeah. Well, I'll swallow it. I'm not gonna chew the raw garlic, but
If it's sweet with honey.
yeah, I hear you, Cynthia. But anywho, yeah, the long story, the short story is that I went to the pulmonary specialist, and all my coughing and whatnot, it's my allergies. And so I've had to change my allergy regimen, and so it's helping.
Hallelujah. Mix it up and make
Good.
pucks and then use that for cooking. Yep, you could. So
Yeah.
there's a lot of things you can do with your garlic. You can make what they call it on the cooking YouTube garlic. You know, cut it up, put it in a jar with some oil.
Oh, okay.
Now I'm gonna tell you now just to put drizzle some oil, like cut a garlic in half or third of it off and put it in the oven and let it roast.
Mm-hmm.
That's some good eating.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, there's a lot you can do with garlic. So I'm excited for your garlic experience. I grew garlic and had a success the first time, and I'm so excited. And I still have some garlic, y'all, because I never got
And
around.
it don't need that much attention when it's growing. I mean, you just
It does not.
It does
out
not.
there.
I will be planting it again.
Yeah.
Yes,
Well, I was thinking all the containers that I just took my onions out of would probably make great containers to just go ahead and throw my garlic in.
Yeah.
Thank you, El Triple G.
As long as you got
No, you need to plant that garlic deep.
I'm gonna tell you what I had to do. So let me tell Jacqueline, because she wasn't here for that. So I ordered my garlic from In My Gardener.
Mm-hmm.
It was cheap. It were like $3 a head of garlic, something like that. So I
If
ordered.
that's what you want to call cheap,
huh? Was it $3? Maybe was it $3? Anyway,
it probably was. They be charging a lot of money for garlic.
It might have been $3. Either way, I ended up with 50-something cloves when I broke those. Or maybe it was was it a pound or a quarter? I don't know. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I paid it, whatever it was. But anyway, I know with like 20 of one and something of other. But he gave this ingredients. So I mean the instructions. So that's what I did. I dug my hole. I put my fertilizer in each hole so they could be fed when the spring comes. I put the garlic in, pointy side up, buried it. God bless it, right? I came home one day to look at my garden and the short bed. My garlic was sitting on top of the bed. I said, what? I was so mad. When I tell y'all the kind of mad that was on the inside of me, because I'm like, what dug up my garlic? They didn't eat it. They just dug it up. And when I started looking online, like, what digs up garlic, blah, 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 they was like, more like it was a squirrel. And this is what they said. They said squirrels will sit and watch you plant your stuff. And when you leave, they're going to go and dig it up to see if it's something they want. And they said, now, people was like, well, if they do that to me, I'll do this. It's like, you don't want to pick a fight with no squirrel. They was like, squirrels are smart and you don't want to pick a fight with no squirrel. And I said, well, I'm not going to kill the squirrel and I'm not about to pick a fight with him. So I buried my garlic again and I took my insect netting and put it over the bed and held it down with some, weighted it down. Mm-hmm. So if something got in there, they had to work for it. So that's how I protected my garlic that first year. So that's just I was like, listen, I had to go through and say, wait a minute, what happened?
So Jacqueline, are you streaming live?
I just did. Someone just asked me. Yeah, I just did.
Okay.
I came in just thinking about my chickens because I think I'm missing a chicken, so my brain's still, and I'm waiting for my daughter to get home and I look for
another one.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. My brother came and he gifted me his chicken coop. And I don't know between moving the coop to put it in, if I lost one then. So I'm out in the dark because my daughter had said, Mom, put him in before we leave. I was like, oh no, it'd still be bright enough by the time I get home from church. Well, no, it's dark. So I was out there counting and I'm waiting for her to come down and count again. And if I lost another one, I think I'm going to be really heartbroken this time.
Listen, they named them chickens food. If you ain't eating them, somebody else.
Yeah, Fox is probably eating it right now.
No. Oh my goodness. Oh my
Anyway.
goodness. So you're gonna plant garlic this year. Have you looked at any types? Are you buying garlic? Are you just going to the store to get some garlic?
I'll probably do M.I. Gardner. He always does good deals. So I'll do something.
And now somebody, after I planted my garlic, I watched another video and they were like, you see these little cloves? I don't plant those because all you're gonna do is get a little bulb of garlic.
You don't know that.
I put all of mine in
exactly.
there, right?
Yeah.
And that garlic, the smallest one, still produce a decent sized bulb of garlic. Oh my God, don't have to be like the biggest my head. I'm like, what am I gonna do with it? Throw it away or eat it?
There again. People on their channel.
I mean, if your goal is to grow the biggest heads, if you're selling it, then I guess that could be your theory. I'm not gonna put a small one in, but I'm like, I'm not doing that. I'm just gonna put it all in the ground and see what we get.
Javon, you're right. Little garlic is still garlic. You can still eat it.
Yeah. So that was garlic. I grew 3 types of garlic. They're all German. I'm assuming German. Matechi, Ivan.
Good night, Cricket Peach.
And something else. I don't know. Sweet potato slips is house plants. So I know I grew them different. I bought them sweet potato slips. I had purple sweet potatoes and this other type of sweet potatoes, whatever. You need a 5-pound bulb to be set. I don't need a 5.
He don't need a 5-pound bulb to be satisfied.
He don't need it.
I don't need a 5-pound bulb to be. What you gonna do with all that garlic? Listen, people make me sick. I keep telling y'all, these guys beautiful people. But I put that sweet potato slip thing on there because I bought those slips last year and grew those potatoes, right? Mm-hmm. We never got around to eating the potatoes. And then I was sick. They were here in the box on the shelf in the dark. And they're still in that box on the shelf. No, not on that shelf. They're still in the box. And they have slips growing out of them.
Wow.
So now I'm like, do I want to pitch those? Or do I want to just take these slips and see if I can keep them as a house plant until next year?
I was
keep them in water like hydroponics until
she said that's how she grow her slips. You just let them grow off the potato, and then she takes it off, and I don't know. She said she stick it in water just to get the roots, and then she plant it.
I did it both ways last year.
All of that, trying to stick a whole potato in the water and get slips. They will grow.
Well, I do grow my slips from a whole potato, but I don't put it in the water. I just put it halfway in the soil and let the slips grow.
Yeah,
I did that last year, y'all. I'm trying to say last year, but my mind 24 and 25 was running together. So it was last year. I did that last year. So when the one slip that I tried to start at home before I bought the slips, when they finally started coming up on the potato, some of them I just took and some of them I put in water to get roots, and some of them I just took off the potato and put in the ground just to see if they would still make root. And they did.
Mm-hmm.
So
y'all, I'm hungry. Let me go get something to eat.
Yeah, I'm hungry too. I've been trying to figure out what I'm gonna eat. But anyway, go ahead.
Now the jar method the water jar method has been my success. I've tried doing it in the ground. I tried to do it with the half soil. I tried to do it with just the air. And no, the water jar is my way, and that's how I grow my sweet potato slips. And
that's what I'm going to do too, Miss Cece. Yep,
that works for you, and that's what you do.
Well, because I wanted y'all's opinion, because I'm like, if I leave them potatoes in the box, they just gonna keep making slips. Will they get me through to next spring? Or do I need to take them slips and put them in some water and let them vine out, or do I put them in some soil and just let them grow in the house until
I know that Harvey container gardener, she said that when her last of her potato, when she was taking her sweet potatoes out, she took them slips and she grew them just like house plants inside, in some water, and just let them vine. So then all she had to do was cut them and put them out for the next year. But I just don't have no space to have vines all running everywhere.
Well, that's the thing. If I put them anywhere, they'll be in this front window. But I also know in the winter, this front window gonna get cold. So growing them in the house plant, I would have to set up somewhere that's gonna get some kind of light. That's not gonna get cold. Yeah. So I might just leave the potatoes in there. I might just leave the potatoes in that box as long as they don't stink and start, doing something funky. Just let them sit in the box until next spring and pull them slips right on off them potatoes. I don't know. It's my experiment. Listen, I'm assuming this is blessed. I don't know. Blessed. I don't know if it's blessed or blessed.
Blessed.
Anyway, blessed. Good evening. God bless each and every one of you ladies, because I'm getting tips from y'all. I went crazy. Now I barely have walking room on my porch. LOL. I planted myself out of space. I'm glad that we could contribute to your problem. But listen, that would have been me. You know what I'm saying? Last year, I had potatoes on my porch. I had strawberries on my porch. I don't know what else I had on my porch, but I had stuff on my porch, right? So, and that's how our gardens grow. We plant. We hear about something, we plant that, and then we be like, well, I'm gonna plant this too. GT helps you find your chicken. Guy named Chevelle says that's how I did my sweet potatoes in the soil for slips. They still grow without putting it in water for roots. Yes, they still do. And I thought about that, and somebody said it, and I don't think they meant anything detrimental by it, but they said sometimes we do a lot to start our garden, but nature don't even do half the stuff we doing.
I know. I mean, volunteer plants is the one that be out. I'm like, really? If I tried to grow this ground cherry, it wouldn't work. Volunteer one comes up out of the dirt and
you baby it, and you trying to water it. It's nice, baby. I need you to grow. Mama wants some greens this year. It won't. But let it plant itself outside of that pot in the middle of your garden, middle of your grass, and that mug gonna grow strong. Good
cement crack somewhere, and then it's a whole tomato plant. Really?
Oh my goodness. The water jar is on a whole nother level in Asia. They take pride in water jar gardening.
I like water jar gardening.
Asia. Okay.
I'm assuming that's hydroponics in the jar.
Yes.
Bro, I left mine in the box in the garage and they kept growing. Sleeps, no water. Slips, no water. Thank you, Ruth Kelly. I think that's what I'm gonna do. I think I'm gonna just go slide them back on the shelf, the bottom shelf in there, and forget about them.
Yep.
Forget about it.
That's what I did. You remember I started mine in the jar last year. Well, earlier this year, and it wasn't growing. He's like, Jacqueline, just put it in the window, forget about it. And then I forgot about it, and I went, and then all of a sudden I have a 1 foot slip growing because I forgot about it. So you're right.
But that's how mine were. I went in there and I was like, okay, and they not growing. Let me go order some slips, and I'll put them in that garden window and close the curtain.
Yeah. Now, if one slip gets just like so long, can you cut it at some point?
Yeah,
what I did.
You have to have a node. The node where the leaves grow out of it. If you have a node on that, you can cut almost at every node and grow out of it. Yep. So I saw, what's that baby name? T from, is it Miss T's garden?
Oh, Miss T with the T.
T's. Anyways,
beauty.
It'll come to me. She down south somewhere. She just built a greenhouse. Her and her husband this year, she sort of cut back. They got the little fire pit in the middle with the gravel of the yard. She got daughters. What is that girl name?
That's Beauty and Beauty in the Garden.
Beauty in the Garden.
Oh,
Her
Beauty in
name
the
is
Garden.
Mhm.
Yes.
what about?
So she takes hers, and when I tell you, she cuts every leaf off that thing when she takes it out. When she goes to reap, yeah. When she go to harvest her potatoes,
Mhm.
she cut those vines, and she takes all the leaves off, and then she cuts them down, so she'll have her slips for the next year.
Oh wow.
Hmm.
Okay.
So that's one of the reasons I was like, you know, I probably could just and you know, if you cut them down that low and put them somewhere dark, if you ain't doing nothing with them.
Yeah.
Hey! Oh, my brother's here. Hey, brother. Yeah, Ruth Kelly, I got it. When I said sleeps, I'm like sleeps. No, slips. Yeah, I could grow some sleep too, though, cause girl,
That's what I'm fitting to do as soon as we get off of here.
girl, listen. So yeah, sweet potato nose clipping. So that was what I wanted to ask y'all. That's why I add that in there. So we talked about next year fall and winter seed starting. Y'all done already talked about that. But who's investing in some more grow lights, different grow lights? Are you happy with the grow lights you already have? Those of us that are starting seeds for the fall/winter. That would be you, Cynthia, and Lisa. Ain't nobody growing nothing fall and winter. I don't think Jacqueline said she was starting any.
You want to go, Lisa?
Y'all looking
You
at
go
like,
ahead because you've done more than I have.
Well, I've been getting a lot of product reviews for hydroponics, and so I've been like, "Yep, I'll take that one. Yep, because you know they
My
are
mother
different,
earned-
and I'll stack up on them. I'll take one of my daughters, the other. Everybody will have a hydroponic in their house. Be like, don't say you can't grow nothing. Here you go. Put the seeds in there. You know,
Yeah,
you
'cause
can do it
then-
with your app. You ain't even, you know. And so yeah, I do have grow lights. I don't know if I'm actually even going to use like my the grow lights I have because I'm been, like I said, getting more hydroponic units. But as they get bigger, it only go to a certain height, and so then I will be probably pulling out the lights and stuff. So
I ordered some grow lights and I sent them back. Because I bought some shop lights and I sent them back because I bought the wrong thing. They were just the 2 lights with the end.
Yeah.
But they didn't have a top. And where I wanted to put them needed the top. But then they also wanted the right size for the shelf I wanted to use. And then the shelf I wanted to use was not available for me to do the seeds. And y'all know it was the whole thing. And I was like, you know what? I don't want to be bothered. Give me my money back. I'll do it again next year.
Yeah, I have shop
So
lights.
that's what I did.
Yeah.
I was like, get my money back. Yeah.
I
That was this
saw,
year. Yeah.
Miss Linda, Sweet Tomato Vine.
Mhm.
She did a product review for Vigo. It was a grow shelf with lights and everything. I think it's only like 2 feet wide, but it's really nice. I like that setup. And I think it has 3 or 4 shelves. It's really nice.
You got
But-
what was the name of it?
The Vigo.
It's a Vigo grow shelf, and it
Okay.
came with lights and stuff. But I mean, like, you don't have to have lights to start seeds, but it helps to speed up the process.
Mm-hmm.
You know, help them to germinate faster, and it just helps. And I have a product review to do as soon as I can go ahead and start my seeds for a grow light. And but if you can find some good shop lights, they work fine.
Mm-hmm.
I got my first shop lights at Walmart.
Yeah.
Just
I
some
got my
regular-
shop lights off Facebook Marketplace and they work. They're 4-foot ones. I have them on a wire shelf.
Yep.
and I
Yeah.
just put books underneath my
Hmm.
books underneath it, and that's how I raise it.
Yep.
Raise my plants
Yeah.
up and down on it.
Hmm.
And my big mistake this year, I try to be smart. Well, I try to be lazy, I'm gonna be honest, and try to keep everything in hydroponics and then try to plan it out. But I have figured out that I do have to up pot. So what do you think? Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
just gonna up pot this year, break out the lights. I ended up finding two on Facebook Marketplace for free. Someone else was getting rid of them, and then someone was getting rid of lights. And you don't have to have fancy grow lights just to start them, right?
Mm-mm.
You only need the fancy spectrum lights if you're going to keep them inside. If it's just to get them going until you get them outside, just plain shop lights is all you need. You don't need the
Yep.
fancy shop lights.
Hmm.
Okay, so you don't have to worry about all these different colors. If you use the right red, the
No,
right blue, the white light.
No, no, the
Nope.
plant will still grow. It just need light.
It just
You
needs
know?
light. If you're going to stay keep it inside, then you
Good
need all
bright
those
light.
colors. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but we're not keeping it inside. We're just starting them to get them outside so the Lord can get all the right light colors they need outside.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So nobody's buying any lights for next year or the next grow season.
Uh-uh.
Nope, I've got
You
everything I
happy
need.
with what you got?
I'm gonna use the lights that I have.
Mhm.
I'm gonna use the light God gave me next spring.
And y'all know if some may have heard me talk about my grow light setup, I have some lights set up on a rack, but I think I'm most proud of my grow lights that I have hanging in my living room bay window that I hung from shower curtain rods. And that way, like Jacqueline talked about putting her stuff, putting books to raise her stuff up, I'm able to raise my lights up as the plants grow taller. So you just gotta make things work for you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sometimes they'll come with the chains.
Mhm.
And if you
Mhm.
go on a wire shift, then you can lower the light or
Right.
Mhm.
raise it up or whatever you need it.
What was
So I think the only thing I'll be investing in is in wire shelving, and I'll probably pick those up, on Facebook Marketplace. Someone
For
be getting rid on a 4-foot. Someone be getting rid of a 4-foot shelf, a wire shelf, and I'll pick it up for probably $20-$30 instead of
Right.
or
$70
free.
or free. So that's probably the only thing I'll probably really invest. It's more shelving since I got all those shop lights for free.
I'm thinking the only year I started seedlings with some success is when I started them outside. I started them and put them outside on the front porch. That sun is going to be there for a little while. And so right now I'm just thinking I need protection.
GTR Junior,
Because
I
even
heard
though
those-
the sun is going to be out in the spring,
Mhm.
it's Michigan. And I just told y'all about this swing we having here in August. Can you imagine the
Yes.
swings we having in March and April
yeah.
of next year? But I still had a decent amount of success. And so
Go ahead.
I was gonna say another thing. I need to know that some things I don't need to put outside in that cold weather, like the watermelon seeds. I need to start them inside, and it's April is too early. Okay, so now that I know that certain things can germinate in cooler temperatures and certain things can't, then I know I ain't got to plant everything all at this, because that's what I was doing, y'all. I was supposed to do that week by week, every 2 weeks, and I was like, nope, I'm doing them all at once.
Right. That's how I did with my tomato plants, and I will not be doing that.
I'm gonna do
again.
them all at once. Let me tell you what, I ain't doing that no more.
I am succession planting my fall stuff out as they get a certain height in one hydroponic. I start dropping the seeds in another one because it doesn't take as long in hydroponics. So I'm doing it like that. I just planted my first ones out there. I have some other ones that's like this small, and then I just dropped seeds the other day for the next one, so they can keep rotating them out slowly.
Yeah, I wanted to comment. I put GT's comment up there about the spider light, because I'm assuming GT, you're talking about the light where it's like the 3 little arms that come off. And so I actually agree with you on that, because I used some spider lights on some trays that I had on my dining room table, and they definitely did not grow as well as having a full light over them.
Mhm.
I have to agree with them. Most of the reviews I've seen from real gardeners, like Miss Cece would say that the spider plants lights don't work
What
well.
classifies somebody as a real gardener?
Yeah, I was like, I had typed the whole thing. I was like, Cece just on a teach today. See,
Hey,
this
somebody
is
else said the same thing I said.
Let's talk about Cynthia. Let's talk about Cynthia.
Out
No,
there
hold on.
that I'm
gonna
not the
meet you
only
in a
think
minute.
like that.
Hold on. Let me tell you something about Cynthia. Cynthia will mute that chat when we get on her nerves. But if ain't nobody in that chat talking and Cynthia feel like she needs some attention, she gonna say something crazy and off the wall. That she know that I'm gonna be like, if you don't shut your mouth. And that,
Right. I was like, just
I
stop
typed the whole thing, and I said, you know what? I'm not doing that because that's what she wants. And I'm going about my business. Oh, but Shelly had time because Shelly was like, shut up. I said, she just want attention. Just say, hey, y'all, I'm lonely. Y'all need y'all to talk to me. Just say,
She put that old garbage video
I don't
in the
need
chat.
no mean the people.
She had done
dirt.
all
I
her
don't need
gardening
nobody.
and she was in, and so she was ready to be chatty.
She was like, let me just stir the pot a little bit.
Girl, I'm like, no, girl, listen. So I'm like, Cynthia need a hug. So when she come to Maryland, y'all hug Cynthia for me.
We're not
Now,
gonna
when I
hug her.
hug Rick, you gotta hug her tight. That's that hug, and you gotta rock her a little bit and start praying. Y'all hug her. For real. Y'all get her. Before you know it, she gonna be crying and talking about some. Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord.
Listen,
I need y'all.
we're gonna bring the praying oil and all.
Gonna do it. Gonna do it. Anoint her up.
We're gonna come back a changed gardener.
Oh,
Blessed.
This is August, right? We're talking about August here in a few weeks, right?
Yes,
Okay.
right.
They've been having cold snaps in Massachusetts. Listen, I can see that. And the slow Joe melon growth. I am getting discouraged at this point. Listen, this is what I've decided about melons. I need to start early, and you have to start with something that grows quick.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm so sorry because I can't do nothing about your discouragement, but should I leave them or pull them? I don't
Can you cover them?
You need
Ask
to
her if she can cover them.
Yeah, I was gonna say, look how much time you got. Can you cover them? Yep. Can you put not just cover them like with a frost cover, but maybe even a plastic one, not like a little greenhouse
like a frost cloth,
or something to keep them warm. Cover them at night, and
or just grow. I don't know what kind of watermelons they trying to, or melons, or is it melons?
Yeah, what type of melons, Blessed? Tell
because
us.
if you're trying to do watermelons, if you're in an area that gets cold quicker, go with the sugar baby. Go with shorter time.
Bruce Kelly, you keep talking about these winter jugs, and I don't know. But I'm glad they
have winter sowing. Winter sowing. Yeah.
Oh, winter sowing.
Winter sowing.
I'm like, what winter jug? I'm thinking of a ceramic jug. Yeah, I'm like,
winter sowing. Winter sowing.
Talking about. Y'all know I'm slow sometimes.
Sometimes.
Shut up.
Sister-in-law.
I'm sorry. You threw that one out there, and I couldn't resist it.
Mustang grapes. I didn't tell you about my grapes. Them leaves look so sad.
Mm-hmm.
Them leaves on my grapes look so sad. They look so good. At one point, I told them the other day, I'm like, I don't even know.
Listen, hold on. You see, your brother said the same thing I said. Sometimes
that's because he up there with his wife. But when I see him, I can chop him in. I'm gonna chop him in his neck. He ain't that tall. That I can't reach up there and say. So what is going on? Y'all, me and my mouse is fighting.
I don't know, but y'all, I'm sleepy.
Yeah. Look, I kept looking at the cloud like, oh Lord. Cece killed it. Girl, let me tell you what she gonna do. She gonna unalive a snake.
But I didn't do it to this one.
And they ain't gonna send a
I was gonna say the one that I saw
it
was dead already, right?
Huh?
That one that you kept raking, because I saw that recently too. It was already dead.
Yeah, it was stuck in my netting because it was trying to get in my garden. It was in my garden. It was water moccasin. So yeah,
girl.
It was a long one too.
He said he ain't scared.
All
But
right.
yeah, that netting, that's why I love having that. That netting is for deer.
Thank you,
It's
cousin
for
Thank you,
Angela.
cousin Angela.
anything. It keeps them out of there, and they get tangled in it when they try to get through
Okay,
there.
Blessed has canary, sugar babies, yellow petite, Kajari, tiger, Saka
Ooh.
Israel
sweet,
Mel.
and Israel melon, and
That's
early
all the
silver.
smaller
Listen,
ones.
you melanating it up over there in the Massachusetts. Listen, Tony, go
Okay.
get you some cover. Go get you some frost cover and cover your plants at
Yeah.
night.
Okay. Yeah.
And then make sure it gets sun in the in the daytime. You just got to treat it like it's fall or winter in the cold snaps.
Yeah.
Good news. My daughter just came home, counted the chickens. We have 9.
Yay!
Yay.
Good.
Since your status quo. But if it had went, I'm gonna say all chickens go to heaven because that's where the saints eat chicken. So I'm
You feel like you're in heaven when you eat it.
they gonna have chicken. Look, if we don't have no, what y'all having at the church? And I said, why y'all keep asking these people that they having chicken? If it's chicken salad, baked chicken, roasted chicken, fried chicken, it's chicken.
Chicken with a side chicken.
All right, fermented grape jelly, fermented grape juice.
Good.
Yeah, all right. The people are
Yes.
happy you found your baby.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you very much. I have some tarp. I will cover them. Thanks. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I think you have a good investment in melons. I
Yeah,
don't think you
yeah.
should let them go. You're gonna have to fight
Yeah.
for them babies.
Cover them
You're
things.
gonna
I would
fight for
cover
them.
'em. Yep.
All right, y'all. That's the last topic.
That was it.
That is the last. I think so. Let me see. Yeah,
I'm so
grow
glad
light.
I made it
Yeah.
on.
No lights.
I'm glad you made it
did,
on.
Colin.
I'm glad you made it on. I am a hungered.
Mm.
We had
It was
an
good to see you
amazing
last
time.
weekend. It was
Huh?
so good to see you last weekend. And
It
feed
was.
you real
Hey,
good.
I think my mullen are taking root.
They are good.
I think they're doing good. And the I still got one sorrel to plant. So for those of you who don't know, Jacqueline and I had an event that we attended together last weekend, and she brought me 3 mullen plants and 2 sorrel plants. And I immediately went home and planted the mullen in one of the sorrel. So I still got one to plant. But I hope I get some sorrel because they don't come back each year, right?
It depends on your weather. I thought.
Mm-mm.
You know,
They're annual. You have to
Okay.
plant them each year.
I would say I would love some mullen.
I will get it.
I would pay
I would
for the
love
shipping and the handling. I mean, I am on a budget, but if you do it around
I will mail.
around the 15th, let me know.
You can
I need to
just,
get to the post
when we
office.
pick up, you can just give
I
me
would
one
love some
mullen,
mullen.
there.
All right, I'm off tomorrow. I will make it a priority to make it to the post office tomorrow. I mean, I've got it growing everywhere. I mean, I have it growing in the cracks of my sidewalk. Like that's how much.
Wow.
Yeah,
Like
put that root in
everywhere.
a little soil, wet up a little soil, putting that plastic bag tied up, put the
Everywhere.
box to ship it on. I'll take it. All right, wonderful. Thank you all for being here. Thank you all for joining us. We appreciate you every time you show up because we know time is precious, time is short, and we thank you. And even though time is short, life is short. So I hope you made Jesus Christ your Lord and Savior. If you have not, you can do that anytime. All right. You don't got to wait for Sunday. All right. You ain't got to wait for Monday. You got to wait for the preacher. You can do that. I just thought I'd throw that out there. Okay.
Catch it.
That confess with your mouth, believe in your heart, the Lord Jesus, you shall be saved. All right. That's salvation. Now, the other stuff come later, but we just got to do the main thing. And then we're going to let the Lord lead you into the rest of the thing. Okay. So thank y'all for being here. Thank you for your time, your liberality. Thank you for going to each channel and liking our videos for those that are streaming on their channels and your comments on the channels. We appreciate you. I know L Triple G did theirs. I know some others did theirs as well. Can't call all their names, but we appreciate you. Appreciate you, ladies, for being here. It's good to see your smiling faces on this platform. We'll be back on August the 17th because we were thinking it was the 24th, and I'm like, I ain't gonna be here 24th. Cynthia like, I ain't either. I'm like, but the 17th,
24th. I think I got something going on the 24th.
Yeah, the 17th we will be back. here talking about the garden. If there's any particular topics you want us to talk about, y'all email one of us or all of us or me. Email me at rmbrundage@gmail.com. That's rmbrundige@gmail.com. It is in the, I think it is. I looked and thought it was. And anyway, email me. All right. So anything else anybody has to say before I close this out?
Nope. Thank you. Have an
Thank you.
amazing week on purpose.
All right. So y'all be blessed. Just know that you are blessed. You're highly favored. You're the apple of your father's eye. He is absolutely and positively concerned about you. He thinks that you are the best thing to slice bread. You can cast your cares upon him and know that God cares for you and that he loves you with an everlasting love. And there's nothing and nothing you can do about it. All right. Y'all be blessed. See y'all next time.
Good night.